Welcome to episode 1 of Space News. This is our news series where we keep you up to date with the latest news in the field of astronomy and space. We are Australia's largest telescope shop based in Sydney, Australia, and we have the best community in the world. Of course, that's our own personal opinion. We largely supply telescopes across Australia and New Zealand, but also stock spotting scopes, binoculars, and accessories for the community for bird watching to observing and photographing deep space. In today's episode, we're covering the comet C/2022 E3 ZTF. What a name, am I right? First of all, why do we give it such a bad name? Our ancestors came up with Jupiter, Mars, comets such as Halley's Comet, Comet West, but we come up with a combination of complicated letters and numbers. Why didn't we call it Comet Insignificant, or something at least creative or cool sounding? Anyway, let's call it Comet Insignificant. Despite its large buzz across social media and the news coverage, it's not going to be as impressive as other comets we have observed. However, each comet is fascinating in its own right. It's definitely worth setting your gear up for and capturing some images. Comet Insignificant, although the wondrous sight it still may be, was last estimated to pass by Earth more than 50,000 years ago, so likely it won't come back for at least another 50,000 years. It may even have enough of a kick that it may actually leave our solar system and it will never come back again. The comet will not be bright enough to see by the naked eye. It's best viewed with a pair of binoculars or a telescope to track it across the night sky. I'll put a link to a pair of adequate binoculars in the description below. If you want something a little more high-powered, you can contact the shop directly by email or phone and we will guide you to the best setup for you. The comet first appeared in March 2022, but was only visible mid-January 2023. The comet passes close to the Sun on the 12th of January, but it's making its closest approach to Earth on the 1st of February. On the 12th of February, it will be within 1/2 degree of Mars, and this will make for some incredible viewing and images. The comet can only be seen on a low horizon. It's best viewed in the southern hemisphere, but you may be able to catch it if you're dedicated enough to stay up all night and maybe get a glimpse of it. It's all dependent on its orbital path, but you can use the app Skyview or something of that kind to see the best time and location for you. For Sydney, the comet will be best viewed from the 7th of February onwards. As I said, you'll need a good pair of binoculars or a telescope to see it. This is why we should call it insignificant. Other comets are a spectacular sight to see. I'll show you some other comets right now. Comets are a long way from Earth. There are comets that you can see with the naked eye, as well as some detailed images taken with telescopes. We normally have a comet that you can see with a small telescope or binoculars once or twice a year. Comets that can be seen with the naked eye are called great comets. And there's normally a few of these each century. In fact, we're probably overdue one. So why do we study comets? First of all, they're only one of the few parts of the night sky that changes. The planets, the seasons, the Milky Way, all seem to be set in an external never-ending pattern. It's only comets, shooting stars, or the rarely seen supernova that broke this pattern. Ancient people were both in awe and terror when things like this happened. Either way, they were fascinated and kept an eye out for them. We now know these transient phenomena are actually really important. There's heaps of other events that we may talk about in the future episodes. But for now, the ZTF bit in the comet's name stands for Zwicky Transient Facility. We also know that comets come from the outer regions of the solar system. They're time capsules carrying matter from the earliest days of the interstellar soup that the Sun, the Earth, and all the other planets formed out of. We can study this matter with telescopes, and we can even send robotic spacecrafts to them to retrieve samples for study here on planet Earth. Comets are the delivery trucks, if that's what you want to call them, for the important things that surround us here on Earth. They brought maybe as much as 10% of the water on our planet. There's another possibility. Did comets bring the building blocks of life to Earth? We know that many of the basic molecules that make all the stuff that we're made of are actually common in the solar system and across the wider cosmos. But how did they get here? We haven't seen life elsewhere in the solar system yet. But the basics for life certainly are. Maybe they hitched a ride to Earth on a comet, much like the wispy visitors we're seeing in the skies at the moment. Anyway, it's definitely worth seeing because it makes a change. As grand and as vast as the night sky is, for some reason everybody likes taking images of the same stuff. This is a well-needed change of pace, and as technology has advanced, we can see it like never before. Technically, this is the first time we've ever seen it. Please tag us on Instagram and Facebook, as we do love to see all the images that you guys come up with. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing and liking the video.